How to price crochet items. Pricing your crochet items can be one of the most challenging aspects of running a crochet business. Balancing the need to cover costs, compensate for your time, and remain competitive in the market requires careful consideration. Handmade crochet items are often valued for their uniqueness and craftsmanship, but determining the right price can be tricky, especially for beginners. In this guide, we will explore the essential factors to consider when pricing your crochet items, including material costs, labor, overhead expenses, and target market analysis. We will also discuss various pricing strategies, such as cost-based pricing, hourly rate pricing, and competitive pricing, to help you find a pricing model that works for you. Additionally, we'll provide tips for effectively communicating the value of your work to potential customers and adjusting your prices over time as your skills and market conditions evolve. By understanding how to price your crochet items effectively, you can ensure that your business remains sustainable and profitable while still offering beautiful, handmade products that customers will love. Let's dive into the key factors that will help you set fair and competitive prices for your crochet creations. 1. Material costs. The first and most obvious factor to consider when pricing your crochet items is the cost of materials. This includes yarn. The type and quality of yarn you use can significantly impact your costs. Specialty yarns, such as organic cotton or luxury fibers like alpaca or merino wool, will generally be more expensive than standard acrylic yarn. Always keep track of how much yarn you use for each project and calculate the cost accordingly. Other supplies. Don't forget to include other materials like buttons, embellishments, stuffing, and any additional tools or supplies you may need for your projects. These costs can add up quickly, so it's important to factor them into your pricing. Shipping costs. If you sell your items online, consider the cost of shipping materials, such as boxes, envelopes, and packing materials. You may also want to include the cost of shipping itself if you offer free shipping to customers. 2. Labor costs. Your time is valuable, and it's essential to account for the hours you spend crocheting when pricing your items. To determine your labor costs, consider the following. Hourly rate. Decide on an hourly rate that reflects your skill level and the complexity of the project. This rate can vary based on your experience, the intricacy of the item, and the market demand. A common approach is to start with a minimum wage and adjust based on your expertise. Time spent. Keep track of how long it takes you to complete each item. This includes not only the actual crocheting time but also any additional time spent on preparation, assembly, and finishing touches. For example, if you take 5 hours to make a scarf and charge $15 per hour, your labor cost would be $75. 3. Overhead costs. In addition to material and labor costs, consider any overhead expenses associated with running your crochet business. These may include studio space. If you have a dedicated workspace, factor in the cost of rent or utilities associated with that space. Equipment. If you invest in tools or equipment specifically for your crochet business, such as a sewing machine or specialized crochet hooks, include these costs in your pricing. Marketing and advertising. Any expenses related to promoting your crochet business, such as website hosting, social media advertising, or printed materials, should also be considered. 4. Target market. Understanding your target market is crucial for setting competitive prices. Consider the following. Customer demographics. Who are your potential customers? Are they looking for affordable, budget-friendly items, or are they willing to pay a premium for high-quality, handmade products? Researching your target audience can help you determine the right price point. Market trends. Keep an eye on current market trends and pricing for similar crochet items. Check online marketplaces like Etsy or local craft fairs to see how other crocheters price their products. This can give you a better understanding of what customers are willing to pay. 5. Profit margin. Once you have calculated your material, labor, and overhead costs, it's time to determine your profit margin. A profit margin is the amount you add to your costs to ensure that your business is sustainable. Here are some guidelines. Markup percentage. A common approach is to apply a markup percentage to your total costs. For example, if your total costs, materials, labor, and overhead, amount to $50 and you want a 50% profit margin, you would price your item at $75, $50 plus $25 profit. Wholesale versus retail pricing. If you plan to sell your items wholesale, to retailers, you may want to set your prices at a lower markup, typically 30 to 50%. Retail prices can be higher, often 100% or more above your costs, depending on the market and demand. 6. Pricing strategies. There are several pricing strategies you can use to determine the best price for your crochet items. Cost plus pricing. This method involves calculating your total costs, materials, labor, and overhead, and adding a markup to determine your selling price. This is a straightforward approach but may not always reflect the true value of your work. Hourly rate pricing. With this method, you determine an hourly rate and multiply it by the time it takes to create each item. Add material costs and a markup to arrive at the selling price. This approach values your time more accurately but can be challenging if your crocheting speed varies. Competitive pricing. Research the prices of similar items in the market and price your products accordingly. This method helps ensure your prices are in line with the competition, but be cautious not to undervalue your work. Value-based pricing. This strategy focuses on the perceived value of your items to the customer. If your crochet items have unique features, high-quality materials, or a strong brand identity, you may be able to charge a premium price. 7. Communicating your value. When selling crochet items, it's essential to communicate the value of your work to potential customers. Here are some tips for effectively conveying your value. Educate customers. Share information about the materials used, the time and effort that went into creating each item, and the unique qualities of your work. This can help customers understand why your prices are set at a particular level. Highlight the handmade factor. Emphasize that your crochet items are handmade, one-of-a-kind creations that cannot be replicated by mass-produced items. This can help justify higher prices. Showcase your skills. Use high-quality photos and detailed descriptions to showcase your skills and craftsmanship. This can help build trust with potential customers and encourage them to invest in your work. 8. Adjusting prices over time. As your crochet business evolves, you may need to adjust your prices based on various factors. Experience and skill level. As you gain more experience and improve your skills, consider raising your prices to reflect your growth as a crocheter. Market changes. Keep an eye on market trends and adjust your prices accordingly. If you notice similar items are selling for higher prices, it may be time to reevaluate your pricing strategy. Customer feedback. Pay attention to customer feedback regarding your pricing. If you consistently hear that your prices are too low or too high, consider adjusting accordingly. Tips for pricing success. Track your expenses, keep detailed records of your material costs, labor hours, and any overhead expenses. Experiment with pricing, try different pricing strategies and adjust as needed based on sales and customer feedback. Offer value-added services, consider providing custom orders, gift wrapping, or personalization to justify higher prices. Communicate your value, educate customers about the time, skill, and materials that go into each piece to help them understand your pricing. Be confident in your prices, avoid undervaluing your work. Stick to your pricing and find customers who appreciate the value of handmade items.